users, we have an update for you. Ryan has a new video about the landing page. Why don't you take it away, Ryan?
Yep, thanks, Emma. We're back again with another landing page mock video. This one is more specific to PDFs. So we're thinking about just starting with only doing PDFs as our upload so we can kind of really dial in the user experience in terms of what's going to show with the chat. And I'll get into that a little bit right here. So we have this chat interface, this chat window here in the middle where you can drop a PDF, and you'd also be able to click this drop zone and it would show the browser upload UI. So you could click the PDF that you want to upload. And once you do, the top banner text would kind of disappear. So it's just the chat interface here. So it would show a chat message coming from the user. You've uploaded Amazon 2022 10K PDF, and then it starts processing the PDF in the chat like this. And then I got a little bit cute with Storytel's responses. So great, I got my reading glasses on. I'm currently reading your PDF. So as that's going, the processing message will, or the loading bar will show right here, step by step as it's processing. So something we talked about yesterday is Storytel showing the progress of processing the file by telling the user what's in the file. So something like, looks like this PDF is about whatever's in the file. So that's just some random text. It doesn't actually mean anything, but it would be something like that. Like, since this is the Amazon 10K report, it would be, looks like this PDF is about Amazon's 2022 financial report or something like that. So just to give the user the idea that, you know, we're processing the file and we're actually reading it and we're going to generate something useful. Same thing on the next screen. I'm seeing lots of great stuff in this file. Almost done reading everything, so I'll be ready with a summary. And the mock isn't correct here. I didn't update this, but obviously the blue would be moving step by step as it goes with each message that's being sent. Once it's actually done, the report would look something like this. So at the top, you'd have the content type that you're viewing with the actual file name. So it's the Amazon 2022 10K. It's 74 pages. You have the title up here with the TLDR summary, and then the key concepts would show down below that. So this one is actually a real report that I generated from Amazon's 2022 10K. So there's 148 key concepts, which is pretty intimidating at first, but we give the user the ability to search those key concepts for key terms. You know, maybe the user's looking for a specific part of a title or something in the key concept that they just want to filter down to look and see what key concepts are related to those terms. I think we would also be able to generate some of the key terms or key concepts within a concept. So this one talks about global business and licensing requirements in China or something like that. I could see these little tabs being clickable, where each one, when you click it, it would filter all the key concepts that would just have those key terms within them. So if I just want to see key concepts about licensing requirements, I could click this tab right here, and then it would just filter to only show key concepts that are about licensing requirements. Something way down the line that's a little bit further out would be giving the user the ability to search all of their summaries for similar concepts. So, you know, this key concept, like I said, is about global business, licensing requirements, blah, blah, blah. A functionality I would love to see in the future is if you click this button, it would pop up all company 10Ks that include licensing requirements in global business or China or something like that. So just starting to think about how, you know, we generate all these tiles for each different user on all the files that they want to summarize and kind of tying them all together with certain key concepts within. To the right, we also have the chat. So Storytel saying your summary is complete. Based on the content from the file, here are a few topics you might be interested to learn more about. And then we have 3 suggested prompts that the user could click right here, and then it would send that chat, and Storytel would, you know, generate an output based on that input. The reason that I made the UI look kind of like this goes back to, first of all, thinking about how we're going to incorporate each of these into a dashboard, and also thinking about how we can make these summaries look the same for different content types. So I think a while ago I created these mock-ups, which kind of have a similar layout, but this one is for like a web page. This one would be for a YouTube video. So just starting to think about all the different content types that a user might be inputting into Storytel, and just how to make them kind of look the same in a dashboard setting. So, yeah, hopefully that makes sense. And obviously we're just kind of focusing on PDFs for this mock, but we'd be adding more content types in the future. I think that's it for this one. Anybody have anything they want to add or any suggestions?
Yeah, let's keep the video on a little bit while we give some initial feedback from us and then questions specifically that we have for users. So who's got something they want to start with?
I just want to say kudos on the copy. It's like I'm feeling the nerd emoji here for story.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I would say my headline is excitement about what I'm seeing, and then I've got a few questions for users, but I'll come back to that.
I might see some emojis popping up from you in your screen.
Yeah, I just am so blown away, Ryan, by how much, like, if we look at how far we've come from even, almost 2 months ago when I joined to now, and this is all driven by user feedback, like what people have asked us to do. Like, we are not just thinking this up as we sleep. It's based upon you all for sending us this amazing feedback, and driving us forward, and Ryan for really putting in that legwork to make it happen. So I'm kind of tearing because I'm so proud of us for making this full cycle loop, and it's pretty awesome.
So awesome, totally agree.
Thanks, Emma.
Yeah.
+1 to what all of you are saying. So let's go back to the first mock and just step through it a little bit here with a couple thoughts and questions.
Yeah, I actually have a question particular to that. Can we spend a minute on that?
Yeah, absolutely, Jing, go ahead.
Yeah. So Ryan, can you go back to the this one? Yeah. So users, I have a question for you. So Ryan showed one way to interact with this key concept. There's 148. Sounds intimidating, right? But Ryan, what one present is one way to navigate on that, which is do search. The question I have on this is that imagine we have very powerful algorithm that can kind of get hundreds of key concepts from a PDF. And we can present it in a hierarchical way in which you can expand, zoom in and out. That could be like a tree-like structure. Would you prefer that or prefer search? That's one question. The second question is like, the UI here is very text heavy. Do you like text heavy or do you like a visualizations of cars with small text, but there's a tree-like structure? So those are the two questions I have for this. Yeah.
Great. And
feedback. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got great questions, Jane. I've got a question on this related to this page too. Specifically, Stephen and Max and anyone else out there who's wanted to find signal across multiple documents. What Ryan's putting forward of, search AI summaries for similar concepts, would this move you in that direction? Can you imagine using it in this way, or are you wanting a different direction? So, yeah, let us know.
Awesome. Okay, let's just do a little bit of stepping through from the beginning. So Ryan, on this page, we've got a call to action, eliminate noise, be more productive. We're also focusing in on PDFs here. And from a user's perspective, would love to just understand what you would like the relationship to be, your relationship to be with Storytel around like specific defined use cases like PDF versus broader. I want to be able to use Storytel on anything. And so we're imagining maybe this could be like a sub landing page, like storytel.ai/PDF or something like that. There could be a way to get back to the home page, which is about everything. I want to put in a URL. I want to put in an image. I want to put in a text, for example. So one way to do this would be to have just like some sub landing pages that are use case specific. Another thing that we could do is we could have the ability to switch between different kinds of content on this page. So there's like PDF, and maybe there's to the right and to the left, there's like text, image. It's almost like a carousel or tiles where you can choose the thing that you want to be doing. It would be great just to understand a little bit more about how you would like your interactions to be around specific types of content like PDF. That's a question for users on that. Anyone else have any specific questions on this first page? If not, we can go to the next one.
Maybe just one, like, how do you feel about the, like, hey, I'm Storytel? Like, is that the kind of interaction that you're wanting? I know it is essentially the standard right now if everyone's creating their names for their AIs. How does that land for you?
Yeah. How much attitude, how cheeky, or whatever kind of like, ways do you want Storytel to be interacting with you? Do you want it to have a strong personality, or do you want it to not? That'd be really good to understand. Okay, we definitely could dial in a strong personality, knowing our crew.
And even farther down the road, we could even have options of like, oh, I'd want to have a stronger personality or funny.
Right, yeah, totally. Yeah, creative. Dial in.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, treat me bad.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's go to the next screen. So one idea here, Ryan, would be to have the processing be outside of the chat. So I could imagine, for example, it might be like right below the chat. So, Storytel is maybe giving updates in here, and there's a processing bar that's not getting lost as Storytel is giving updates. So I don't know if it's below, above, whatever, but that would be one idea so that the user can kind of keep seeing that. Also, we just talked earlier about being able to educate the user while it's processing. So you're doing a little bit of that here. It would be great to understand, like, users, do you want to have, like a 1 minute video that you could play while it's processing that would help you understand what it's doing? Or are there other ways you would like to be educated? Do you want to be able to start chatting with Storytel right away? So even when it's in processing mode here, Storytel could be asking you questions like, what are you hoping to get from this document? And you could start to interact before it's even done. So that would be, I think on that latter one, Ryan, I would love to see you start to mock some of that up, because we do want to let the user start actually taking actions as early as possible. Maybe even from the front page, or, maybe from this page, but, it'd be great to get some clarity there. Any other questions, thoughts about this page?
Yeah, and I also wondering if you'll miss the percentage, even though there's a progress bar. I have seen some users do like to see the percentage at what rate it's going, including the progress bar. So is the progress bar enough, or do you like to have the percentage as well?
And Ryan, I know that you didn't show the percentage here, but I also have seen in the way that it works today in production, where it says processing the PDF, that's where like the percentage shows up. Are you imagining it would keep that behavior and we just didn't mock it up here?
I do, yeah. We would probably just use the same loading component. So this text right here, we could change it to whatever we want. So Emma, yeah, we could actually keep the percentage in there as well.
Yep.
Nice.
Thank you for being the voice of the user there. Okay, let's keep going. So yeah, this I guess is just more of that kind of interaction. So I love the way that we are starting to give visibility into what Storytel is learning about the document. That feels very powerful. Maybe we even start to load some sample questions in. So on the results page, we have, a couple of questions that we're asking based on the content. And so we could start giving the user visibility into what some of those are. Like questions that you could ask based on what I'm learning about this content. And the user can be on that journey a little bit earlier than the results page. So obviously that's going to require some backend work, but I would imagine that bring the user into it sooner would be better. So you can think about that. All right. Anything else here? Okay, let's go to the next one.
Same thing.
Yeah, this is great. Like I personally am loving Storytel having a bit of a personality here. So CX team, and specifically Erica, like leaning into defining the voice of Storytel and, like making a doc that Ryan can use would be really great.
This is
okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
But I think emoji.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, I guess like absent user feedback, more personality is better. So that's where I would say is a starting point. And let's kind of see if we can overdo it a bit where users are like, well, that's too much. Like, let's try to get it to the point where users are asking us to back off as our like default mode.
Yeah, I think having more personality is great, especially since like AI is this kind of new thing and we want to probably portray us less like a machine, and so have our machine try to sound as human as possible. I think to double up on what you're saying, yeah, definitely cheeky and fun.
And by the way, CX team, that might be a really great like joint learning session or time when as the crew, we all define what do we want Storytel's personality to be. That'd be a really, I think, fun activity for all of us to create that together. So that'd be really cool to do. Okay, let's go to the next page. Great. All right. So the results page. Who's got? So I do see that you put a search bar in here. My main feedback here is not something I think we need to keep the video on for. There's a little bit about like the Venus algorithm that's coming up, and I just want to talk through that. So I'm going to propose that we stop the video here unless anyone's got anything else for this. Jean, you already asked a few questions here.
I'll just say kudos to anyone who made it to minute 15 or wherever we are in this video. I think we definitely need to have the screenshots and this KB post. So it's not only 15-minute video watchers who are on this ride.
How about if you made it to minute 15, then there's a secret word. Put that word into your comment in the KB post, maybe like Quicksilver. And like, we'll send you a gift card to have you take your family out to dinner or something, because like, so much. So Quicksilver.
Pineapple. Pineapple's a great word.
Pineapple. Okay. Pineapple's
the word.
The magic word. Work pineapple into your feedback and we'll take your family to dinner to say thank you.
Yes. See ya.